Thank you for having me. So why it's got everyone outraged is because sexual and gender-based violence is a global pandemic. And even if the common statistic that we all refer to is 1 in 3 women, in reality it's almost 100% that women have faced some form of it. The sad bit is that there is a silence around this issue. We don't talk about it, we don't report it, we don't collect data, and therefore we don't recognize it. And behavior like what we are seeing, where men deny it, actually helps to normalize this kind of violence.
And
And it goes into this perpetual loop then.
And I think another aspect of this story, it's not just anger and the loss of life for this poor woman who was walking home, but the way London police handled activists who were protesting peacefully, treating them very roughly and arresting a number of them. That is the other part of the story.
And we have to ask why. Where does this kind of aggressive behavior towards women and girls stem from? And it is steeped in the patriarchal mindsets. That is not just present in one culture. It's a global problem. And so we have to really not only have a conversation, but we have to invest in education at a very early age. And all our authorities in government, in police, at every level must go through gender sensitivity and unconscious bias training. Because it's gone on for far too long, where they've misused their power.
Well, you bring up a really good point, because the solution officials in the UK are proposing is actually more policing, putting police in plain clothes and uniformed officers in bars, in clubs to protect women. But considering the man charged in this young woman's murder is a police officer, is that really what the country needs?
Absolutely not. In fact, more policing and more surveillance is only going to restrict women's movements. In other words, they are still reinforcing the message, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time and you should come home early and you are responsible for your own safety. No, that's not true. Men should know how to respect people's boundaries, people's personal space, and there should be consent. I'm talking about the Australian case as well. So if men did what they were supposed to do, we wouldn't be in this problem. We wouldn't be in this situation. So let's shift the focus from women to men. Let them own up to the responsibility of creating safer spaces for women and girls.
And what we've seen in Australia, ElsaMarie, has been allegations of sexual assault, rape, really against some of the country's highest political offices. And protesters there say the response has been inadequate. There's been no accountability, and we should say these are allegations. What do you make of the government's response so far? Very quickly, please.
Absolutely. I mean, they have to take responsibility, and these men in power should resign. We can't be denying all the time that, this is somebody's figment of imagination.
And it's 2021. Women are still demanding gender equality, justice for sexual assault victims. What is the message here that in 2021, you and I are still talking about this issue?
It's high time to stop talking. It's high time for men to accept the responsibility. If you're not a perpetrator, then stand up as an ally and make sure that you talk to your peers and colleagues and get them to behave.
All right.